So on my way home yesterday, I got a semi-flat tire. I had two of these go in, seal, and stay in the tire, and I drove it home at a semi-flow rate, maybe 5 miles an hour. It's only 2 miles away, and it made it about, 50% air left in it. And I use the slime inner tubes, and everyone's like, those are horrible. I don't know why. I don't have the problems a lot of people say, or they just say they fail. And by the way, I use these X rims. I love these rims. Super easy to true because they flex a little. They're double walled, and in the center, they're super freaking thick. So I've never had any problems with them. They're great. And I could put 11 gauge spokes in them. So I got one there. And this one I converted to sealed bearing. This one, on the other hand, I did not. This is just a regular 9-ball. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with this at all. I'm just going to change it, though, before you see it's getting a little bit of rust. And I don't know. But, yeah, X-Rims, killer. And this actually has a slime tube in it. Oh God, it's like welded on. I just took the green little caps off and used regular ones because they look dorky, But anyways, yeah, I've got some old tubes on here. These are those Typhoon tires, the Schwinn Typhoons. So I've had good luck with those too. I think they discontinued making them. I don't know, they grip, they last forever. These tires have had some miles on them and they're still pretty good. But anyways, talking about this inner tube, I let the air out of it and stuff. I'm going to change this whole back wheel out and I'm going to put in some new ones. But here's some stuff about these inner tubes and I'm going to show you in a minute. So these are the ones that I buy. No more flats, blah, blah, blah. They come like this. They're all squishy and Alright, so one big no-no with these. And a lot of people make this mistake and then they don't work. They use CO2. If you use one of those quick tire things where you pop it and fill it up with a CO2 cartridge, the stuff inside will not activate. Doesn't seal. So these awesome if you don't have slime. And I wish they would tell you on here somewheres and blah blah blah, but they do not. But the chemical in this will not activate if you use a CO2 cartridge, one of the little popper things. So just something to know. And if you use it once and it's in there like that in a heavy amount, it's never going to work. So, and then, the other thing too is I go pretty good distances. So, I usually take one of these with me in my bag and, a little hand pump to fix it quick. But if you're going to use these, there is a shelf life on them. Once you put air in them, they're usually only good for about 8 to 12 months. And then the stuff in it isn't effective as much when it, goes to seal the hole. I mean, these do not fix everything. If you're going to run over thorns, these are great. They never go flat. They self-seal. Like that little nail I had, it's perfect. But you hit a wood screw or something, or a spoke goes through, it's done. It's not going to seal. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, well, hey. But, I mean, that's not its intended purpose. I mean, it's, when you really read about it, it's supposed to plug a pinhole. Which you're talking about like a thumbtack size hole. And You know, it's gonna lose some air still and stuff, but it's enough to get you home. You know, you can patch it afterwards, you can put more slime in it or just replace it. I get a hole in one and I start losing it. I replace it, I don't patch it, I don't refill it. You know, if you got normal tubes and you put the bottle in, I mean, you actually have to put the full amount it says in, not just a squirt and go kind of thing, you know. A lot of people make that mistake too. I don't like doing the bottles because these come preloaded with the right amount. So you change it, it gets a flat, throw it out, put a new one. But yeah, I like the thicker ones that they make. There is two kinds of these too, you know. So there's like the regular and these extra strong walled ones. So they're a little thicker on the outer edge. But you know, I've had great luck with these. But you know, it's a you know, you got to be realistic when people talk crap about these because they're designed for thorns, you know, pricker bushes, cactuses, you know, trees with the little edges on them, you know, all that stuff that flattens your tires when you were kids going down a dirt road, you know. All right, so one other big thing a lot of people don't do, you see in there, I put some talcum powder and I go all the way around like that. I mean, it's just regular, like, baby talcum powder, which has been hard to find lately. But you get that all coated nice like that before you put your tube in. So give me 1 second. One other thing a lot of people screw up on these is when you're starting this. You know, get your tube right where the valve stem is, put the cap on it. Alright? Now, let the cap go all the way to the thing. Inside here is the back side of this. If you get that pinched underneath your bead here, like on this side of it, you will have a big problem down the road pinching it. So, if you get your tire on, I can do this one-handed, I think. Yeah, alright. So once this is in and seated, you could pull this valve stem up. And now the valve stem's on the back side of that bead. So let me get this all straight and I'll be back with you in a second. But see, now the bead is in and the valve stem, the back, you know, the thick part of it is on top of the bead on this side of it. And that way you don't have a, see how it moves? But then do your tire around both sides. So let me do this. I don't have a free hand here. You know, one other big thing too, I noticed a lot of people do. When they're using these on the motorized bicycle, like typically when you're using a bicycle, you want to get nice hard tires so that it, like, you know, rolls easy when you're pedaling. You're not pedaling. And you got a lot more friction and stuff going on with the engine, you know, driving it. So what I tend to do is, like, if it's 60 or what, I put 45 psi in all my tires. That's what I run it at. So that, like, if you're looking at this tire, like, this whole surface is going to be in contact. Not just the center, but the whole surface contacts. And that's usually where I run it at. See, like, the entire tread. But that's 45 psi. So one other thing too that I've been doing for a while now, I just buy chrome hardware. I'm buying chrome or stainless steel hardware for the back sprocket, and I've not had any break. I just go right to the chrome or stainless now. None of the steel, none of the hardened steel, none of that stuff. so I got the back on. That's all done. The front on. And give it a little test drive here in a minute. But yeah, all is good. And by the way, yeah, I'm going to take all the spoke covers off, put them on here. But another funny thing too is everyone always thinks I use a screwdriver. It's actually a spoon. It just looks like a screwdriver. I didn't even put it in the video. But just something funny. I've had a lot of people comment in the past, but yeah, I'll have to clean these up a little, get the powder off them. But let me get this fueled up and I'm going to take it for a ride and see how it is.